At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners. News is also brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 775-751-0349. News 46 is also brought to you by Team Ford Lincoln, the #1 new volume Ford sales leader in Nevada for 5 years running. Team Ford Lincoln, US 95 and Ann Road. TeamFord.com. News is also brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444.
Tonight on News 46, one person is stabbed in the elbow during a domestic dispute.
A spring concert is being held tonight at the Pahrump Nugget.
And it was standing room only at last night's donkey basketball game. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Glenn Evers and Monique Mitchell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, March 27, 2013. I'm Glenn Evers.
And I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46.
An adult male was apparently stabbed in his elbow by what appears to be his girlfriend at an apartment located off of Bourbon Street this afternoon.
Nye County Sheriff's deputies, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, and Nye County Sheriff Detective Michael Eisenloffel all arrived to a residence off of Indio Street and Bourbon for an apparent stabbing this afternoon. Upon arrival, they found one black male adult who had apparently been stabbed in the elbow by what they are calling his female partner during a domestic dispute this afternoon. It all occurred around 1:30 in the afternoon right off of Highway 372. Apparently, Nye County Sheriff's deputies are attempting to locate the female suspect at this point. The male victim declined to be transported. However, medics did attend to his wounds on scene. The female took off on foot. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are attempting to locate her. Her name is known at this time, and she will be charged accordingly. She is facing possible charges if and when she is located. This is Deanne O'Donnell for News 46.
One person was transported to Desert View Hospital last night after he was struck by a vehicle on Homestead Road.
Tonight's accident report is brought to you by Stovall & Associates. Don't expect insurance companies to have your best interest in mind. Stovall & Associates cares. Let us help you if you have been involved in an accident.
Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies were all dispatched to a location on Hawkins Street last night for a man who had apparently been struck by a vehicle. The man was walking apparently on Homestead Road southbound near Mann Street when he was struck by a black Honda Civic vehicle. The car did not stop. However, the man continued to walk on to his friend's house that lived on Hawkins Way. He told his friend about the accident. He apparently had some head trauma and was blacking out at the time. He was transported locally to a hospital. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are attempting to locate the driver of the black Honda Civic. If you have any information, you're urged to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 751-7000. This is Deanne O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, today was the last day in the Supreme Court's two-day hearing regarding marriage equality. The majority of the justices raised questions and oral arguments about the Federal Defense of Marriage Act, indicating the Supreme Court may strike down a key part of the law that denies legally married same-sex couples the same benefits provided to heterosexual spouses. A ruling is expected within 3 months on the constitutionality of the 1996 law that defines marriage for federal purposes as only between one man and one woman.
Well, internet users around the globe were facing slower service thanks to what's being called the biggest cyber attack in history. The prolonged denial of service assault is targeting the Spam House Project, a European spam fighting group that has gone after Cyberbunker, a data storage company that offers to host any content except child porn and anything related to terrorism.
After the break, we'll take a look at how your fingers and arms correlate to your health.
Can the length of your fingers and arms put you at a higher risk for serious health conditions? Get the answers next on Prescription Health.
Join us at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino with the #1 gaming experience and entertainment. The Pahrump Nugget has the #1 dining experience at Stockman Steakhouse, Golden Harvest Cafe, and the Gold Miners Buffet. Come get your game on at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
News 46 is brought to you by Team Ford Lincoln, the #1 new volume Ford sales leader in Nevada for 5 years running. Team Ford Lincoln, US 95 and Ann Road. TeamFord.com.
Welcome back to News 46. From cancer to stroke to Alzheimer's, clues to conditions you may be at risk for are hiding in plain sight. Andrew McIntosh tells us the body parts that may hold some important health secrets.
This health tip is brought to you by Humana.
Visit our local office in the Pahrump Valley Junction Shopping Center or call 775-727-0871.
It's no laughing matter. Redheads feel more pain. A study shows a mutation of the gene responsible for red hair may also control the way the brain regulates pain sensitivity.
I think of them as short.
I'd say they're reasonably long.
If you fly off the handle, check your fingers.
Come on, break the lousy cup!
A study in the Journal of Communications found if you have a smaller index finger than ring finger, you're likely to be more verbally aggressive. And a 2010 study shows men whose index fingers were longer than their ring fingers were 1/3 less likely to get prostate cancer. Short people may have the last laugh. A study in the Western Journal of Medicine found the onset of chronic disease is often delayed in smaller bodies.
I would say it's probably a little longer than normal.
Average for my body.
Your arm length could be a telltale sign of Alzheimer's. Women with arms less than 60 inches across may be 1.5 times more likely to develop the disease. Women with smaller calves could have a higher risk of stroke. And take a look at your finger and toenails. If the very base is purple or blue, it could indicate a heart issue. With health tips from your fingertips and all over your body, I'm Andrew McIntosh reporting.
And one more thing, what's your favorite smell? If your nose doesn't know, it could mean trouble. A lack of sense of smell is related to the onset of Parkinson's.
The FBI is reportedly investigating after a vial of deadly gonorrhea virus went missing from Texas's Galveston National Laboratory. The CDC has warned that adults who contract the virus could have a 33% mortality rate. The virus produces hemorrhagic fever, fatigue, and bleeding. Agents are thoroughly looking at all the paperwork to determine who last touched the vial and where.
What is being called the nation's toughest anti-abortion measure, a law that bans most abortions after 6 weeks when a fetal heartbeat can be first detected, was signed into law on Tuesday by North Dakota's governor. The law sets the stage for an almost guaranteed legal showdown, with proponents saying the law is intended to test the 1973 U.S. Supreme Court ruling that made abortion legal. The governor directed the legislature to set aside funds to cover the cost of the expected legal battle, which opponents vowed to mount if the governor signed the measure into law.
Rosemary Clark Middle School and Pahrump Valley High School has raised almost $2,400 after last night's donkey basketball game, which was held at the gym at the Pahrump Valley High School.
Rosemary Clark Middle School and Pahrump Valley High School got together for a fundraiser called Donkey Basketball. Many people joined teams, including the Nye County Sheriff's Office, the Nye County School District teachers, as well as the Pahrump Valley High School students. And some local businesses also joined in. We're going to speak to Principal Tim Wambaker.
Basically, you get on donkeys, play basketball. It's a fundraiser for the middle school and high school, and bring the family out and have some laughs. Good time.
You've got how many teams total?
We actually have 6 total teams.
Do you have to be under a certain weight to be on top of the donkeys?
Well, they ask you to be about 200 pounds or less, and we have some that are close, but a little bit over. But if you're over 200 pounds by quite a bit, you're the center. You're in the middle of the court. So
You were up there on that donkey. I saw you fall off there.
I fell off a couple times. Actually, I fell and I didn't fall. I actually jumped off a little bit, kind of slid off because I didn't want to wipe out. So it's still, still a good time and didn't get hurt, so I'm good.
Tell us what it's like to be on top of a donkey riding in a gym trying to play basketball.
Well, when you first get on, it's not exactly the smooth ride that you're almost expecting. The donkeys are, pretty uneven riding, and depends on if you get a fast donkey, slow donkey, or a medium speed donkey. I got the medium speed, so it's hard to get settled, but good time.
The crowd's going wild over the donkeys, especially when they start to take off a little bit and kind of go haywire.
Well, you already had, you had one, Roy Savine, a great guy, and anyway, he took a big wipe out because the donkey gets going and they can stop or they're uneven again, so you don't know which direction you're going, you don't know if their head's going to go down, so that's why the helmets are on there, so for safety.
Can a regular citizen donate to the high school or to the middle school on any given day?
You can donate to any school. Basically, all you do is if you want to donate to the school, you write a check with that school's name specifically on it, put on their bottom a donation and a receipt's written to you, and use it for tax write-offs or whatever, but any donation's always accepted. They don't have to always donate money. They can donate supplies, pencils, backpacks, whatever. So, money goes towards a lot of different things, field trips and things for kids, and we have a combination of a split here to where some of it goes to the students, some of it goes to the staff, because staff has to buy supplies as well. The school can't, unfortunately, afford all of it, so we try and give some back to the staff as well and let them buy stuff for their classroom. It's not for them individually, it's for the staff in the school. So we want to try and provide as much as we can for the students and for the staff, and with the budget cuts and schools taking a big hit, you have to do some fundraisers. We try not to do too many a year because we don't want to tap out parents, so we have a couple big ones. This hopefully will be an annual thing, and we look at it as a fundraiser, but that's secondary. The first thing is we get families out and they laugh.
The economy has hit the schools hard, and Tim Wambaker, who's the principal at Rosemary Clark Middle School, is very creative in his fundraising efforts to make sure that the kids don't suffer and that the teachers don't have to reach further into their pockets to help support their students. If you would like to donate to any of the schools, please contact the Nye County School District or your local school. This is Deanne O'Donnell at Pahrump Valley High School for News 46. How you liking donkey basketball?
Great.
Is it really good? Is it everything you thought?
Yeah.
All right, folks, we'll keep it here because we're going to have more messages for you after this break.